Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out and being a part of the Entrepreneur Photo Shoot. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. My name is Corey Brim, owner and CEO of Sugar Rim Bar. And we also have a nonprofit charity called Change for Good. I always forget to leave the charity in there. So what would you like to know?
Everything.
Start from the beginning?
Start from the beginning.
All
You
right.
walked in here and said you live in a dream. So I want to know how you live in a dream.
All right, so here's the elevator pitch. I used to work. So we're at the National Harbor. I used to run bars and restaurants down here at the National Harbor. And about 10 years ago, I got fired from my job. Didn't even know that I was getting fired. I got fired from my job, lost everything, lost my wife, my home, my cars. I used to sleep over here in the Gaylord because back then they didn't have Uber, so I had to catch, if you guys know anything about the National Harbor, you have to catch a bus from here to Branch Avenue Metro Station, which then takes you into DC. I lived in Bowie, so then had to go to Garrett Morgan Boulevard. Sometimes a bus doesn't come at 12 o'clock at night, so you'd have to catch a cab. So some nights I wouldn't make enough money to go home. So, but when I got fired, when I got fired, they freed me. So what happened was, I loved the business, I loved restaurants, but I didn't want to go back to working for anyone else. And so what I did was I told all my friends, if you're ever having a party, to give me a call. My friends did not call me, which is great. So then I went to Craigslist and I started doing parties for $99. Hardest thing I've ever done. I used to have to borrow rides from people to get there. But then one day, everyone has that Oprah aha moment. One day when everything turned around, one day I got down on my knees and I asked God to save me. And what God did was he transformed my life and my business into something I never thought would be possible. So I went from literally having no money to sleeping on the bathroom floor and in my car until I got repossessed to now we do 20 events a week. I'm based here in the DC metro area, but we do events all over the world. And we have I can't call them employees, but we have a team of over 100 people. And even right now, while we're making this video, I have 8 parties going on right now. So, we're providing the furniture over there, and it's been a blessing to be able to employ others, to live a life of financial freedom, to look back over my life to where I was, and it's so crazy to me all the time when I come here and like this, I'm making a video literally, I don't even know, 200 yards from where I used to sleep in the bathroom, and now I have unlimited access, unlimited income. I can pretty much do whatever I wanted to. So when I say living the dream, that's exactly what I do. I wake up, nobody tells me what to do anymore. I come and go as I please, and it's awesome. So is that good enough? Or?
No, we got some more. We got some more. What sets you apart from everybody else?
I think what sets me apart from everyone else is behind my smile is the struggle and the pain that everyone, and it's not all bad. Entrepreneurship sometimes gets a bad rap where we always think that it's always struggle and strife and all that. Actually, that's what makes you a stronger entrepreneur. Going through the valleys and going through the dark times and knowing that at the end of the day, we create, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I think what separates me from everyone else is there was a moment in my life when I, like most people, I hit a wall and I quit. I was able to push through that wall. So now nothing stops me. And I think what separates me from everyone else is where everyone gives up, I see opportunity. I see hope. I see discernment. I see commitment. I see a blessing. I see on the other side that God blessed me to do something and be a change agent for other people in the world. And no matter how bad I got it, no matter what's going on in my day, it's not the worst day I've ever had. So I survived the worst days I've ever had in my entire life. So if I can get through that, and now I'm on the other side sitting on prosperity, how many other lives can I change? So I think that's what separates me from everyone else.
I like it. Tell us about your nonprofit.
So the nonprofit came out of, was born from me when I had nothing. And this is way before technology. Like I said, this is 10 years ago. Facebook was kind of getting started. Uber wasn't really around. There wasn't kind of this thing now where we have social media like this. When I lost my job and everything, I lost everything. And I was going on interview after interview after interview. And the hardest part about getting back on your feet is that I believe that people never want to hand out. They want to hand up. And if you give someone an opportunity, they'll surprise you because inside of everyone is a gift. And so I started this nonprofit, and ideally what it was back when I had no money, and I'm talking about I was completely flat broke. I remember scrounging up the change out of my ashtray to put gas in my car. I remember getting the change out of my piggy bank because when you're at that low point in life, you're grabbing for everything. I remember getting the change out of my couch. So my thought was, if I could take the change, the things that were disposable, because sometimes I look at my life like a brown penny. That's how, because it's so people just throw it away. Give me the penny, because what I can then do. People really don't understand that you can feed people for $1 a person a day. It's possible. You can grow food. You can buy seeds. So I wanted to show people that we can take a little bit of change that we can do, because it doesn't require much. But if I sow a seed and that seed has to leave my hand and I plant it into the ground, we can feed the multitudes. So that's how Change for Good was started, and now we just go across the country. We do everything: feeding the homeless, clothing the homeless, drives, just whatever we can do to give back. I don't judge anybody from where they are, because for the grace of God, that could be me.
So if someone wants to reach out to Sugar Rim Bar or Change for Good, how can we get in contact
You
with
can
you?
find us on all major platforms. So you can go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. If you Google bartender in the DC metro area, I'm going to pop up on the first page. So I'm not that hard to find. I post 27 times a day, so you can always find us. Social media. Let me tell you something. Social media is free, and if somebody telling you you're posting too much, tell them to delete you.
Okay, thank you so
So,
much.
thank you for your time.